It's time for the grand final of the French qualifications of ESWC 2014. The 4 players that made it to this final are Kronos, OmnipotZ, Carl and aswer. Kronos and OmnipotZ made it from the winner bracket. OmnipotZ took first in the winner bracket final and Kronos took second. And as is custom, those players will get bonus points into this final. OmnipotZ will get 10 points, as you see, being done right now. And then Kronos, I believe, will get 6 points. That's usually how it's done, at least. Yeah, there we go. So OmnipotZ with 10 points, Kronos with 6 when we start this match, which will be after this warm-up round. aswer and Carl came from the loser bracket. They were also playing in the winner bracket final, I believe. So this is a repeat. But definitely OmnipotZ and Kronos, 2 big favorites in this match. Top 2, of course, will qualify to the main event, which will start tomorrow on Saturday, early in the morning. And I will be casting that tournament as well. Looks like we will start on Boots House by George, and the map, the remaining record is 105.29 by Carl Jr. Alright, that is the end of the warm-up. Let's begin the grand final between OmnipotZ, Kronos, Carl and aswer. Here we go, first round, following OmnipotZ, who had a really good start to the winner bracket final. He was dominating and was leading with like 30 points or so. But then on the last couple of maps, he allowed the other players to catch up to him, and it got pretty close. But ultimately he was able to pull it off and take first place. Kronos, in the meantime, had a very bad start to the winner bracket final, but was able to make a huge comeback in the end and take second place. Oh, OmnipotZ hits the pole, and then Kronos is at third place, so Carl and aswer begins this grand final the best. And they might be able to catch up already to those bonus points that Kronos and OmnipotZ are having right now. Carl keeping a small lead over aswer with 700s. And here's a long stretch going through a loop as well, which you don't see too often. Follow to camera 3, seeing aswer here as he attacks, trying to pass Carl, but Carl got more speed. Another long stretch will follow into the finish line, and Carl does it best. Takes first with a time of 106.02. In each round the players will get points. First place will get 10, second will get 6, third will get 4, and fourth will get 3. And then we play to 120 points in total. Once you reach 120 points, you will become a finalist. That means that you have to win one more round to secure your position. That is the format of this tournament. We are live into the second round. OmnipotZ and Kronos both had a really bad start. We see here that it's very close. With OmnipotZ still in the lead though. You may think that these bonus points doesn't mean too much, and sometimes they don't, but sometimes they can be quite important. Sometimes we see players extending that lead quite a lot in the start already, but seems to be not the case this time. Kronos though in the lead in the second round, 1500s ahead of aswer. Carl and OmnipotZ not far behind either, but that's a poor landing from OmnipotZ. He's gonna lose a lot of speed with that. And he's dead last right now. Kronos builds up a lot of speed over this stretch. He is 2400s ahead of Carl. aswer just behind Carl. aswer might actually be able to pass Carl this time. No, Carl with more speed once again takes over that second place. But none of them are close to Kronos, who wins with a time of 105.84. So Kronos now in the lead with 20 points. Carl and Omni tied with 16, and then aswer with 10. 5 rounds will be played on all the maps as we begin the third round of the first map. And now we see Carl with not the best start ever, 2800s behind Kronos, who is in the lead. Ooh, Carl went very close to the pole. But still on the road, and that's a great turn from Carl. Joins up with the rest of the players. And he is in it to take first. This is a very close round. Let's see if OmnipotZ can do this part better. Well, slightly better. He keeps that third place, but Kronos and Carl does it best and can extend the lead. Carl had a bad start, but he's now at first place in this round. Just behind Kronos though, builds up a lot of speed and takes over that first place. Here's Carl. Looks like he's not gonna be able to reach Kronos, even though he got slightly more speed. No, he's able to do it. Great ending from Carl, able to defeat Kronos with 6 thousandths of a second. Able to reach the finish line by going slightly more to the left than Kronos. Kronos took it a bit more safe. Actually Carl and Kronos got a bit of a history in this tournament, where Carl has passed Kronos in the end in the winner bracket final several times, and that happened again now in the grand final. So that's kind of interesting. Kronos though still in the lead together with Carl now, 26 points each. OmnipotZ with 19, aswer with 14, and OmnipotZ makes a mistake here. He's not had a good start to this final comparison to the winner bracket final, where he had a really good start. Carl is looking pretty good right now, in the lead again. But that's not a good landing though. Both aswer and Kronos with much more speed. Both will overtake him. Here we go, into the loop. Kronos having a small lead. Will he be able to keep that lead this time? Oh, aswer went a bit too wide there, so Kronos should now be able to make it. Yes, no problem. 105.80 is a really good time by Kronos. aswer 106.01, Carl 0.16, and OmnipotZ far behind, 7 seconds. After 4 rounds, Kronos in the lead with 36. Much better start now compared to the winner bracket final. Carl at second with 30, Omni at third with 22, and aswer at fourth with 20. This is the last round of the first map. aswer taking the lead ahead of Carl, OmnipotZ, and Kronos. So far a very close round, and aswer hits the wall hard, has to back it up. And as a result is over 5 seconds behind right now. Carl in the lead. Can go up to 40 points. But Kronos is at second though, so he's not going to take over the lead if this result is the same in the finish as well. Ooh, small stumble there by Kronos. Carl will take first without any issues, and that is a great time by Carl as well. 105.75. Kronos also under 106. Then OmnipotZ takes third and aswer takes fourth. So Kronos and Carl definitely have started this final the best. They are at first and second, Kronos with 42, Carl with 40. Then we got OmnipotZ and aswer a bit further behind. OmnipotZ with 26, aswer with 23. And let's see what the second map will be. We will of course start with a warm-up round. The second map will be Utopia by Wally. The Demania record is 58.57 by Massa. Kronos got top 4, aswer got top 5, OmnipotZ got top 8, and then Carl got top 21. So based on that, one might say that Carl will not do so well on this map, but looks can deceive, and I wouldn't be surprised if Carl continues to play just as good as he's been doing so far. He's definitely a tournament player, always does best when it most is needed of him. So we'll just have to wait and see. But first, a warm-up round. That is the end of the round. As you saw, Kronos hit the finish on the left side. You can do that in this game. It's kind of risky though, but as I mentioned before, Carl passed Kronos in the end in the winner bracket final, and it was on this map by doing that strat which Kronos did. So we'll see if that's gonna happen again. We are live now into the second map. Kronos in the lead, Carl at second, OmnipotZ at third, and aswer at fourth. Top 2 will qualify to the main event starting tomorrow. And OmnipotZ, who had 10 bonus points, is only at 26 points after one map played, so he definitely needs to step it up if he wants to make it. He might be better on these maps though. That might have been his worst map, who knows. He's at second place right now behind Kronos, aswer at third, and Carl is at fourth with a mistake. aswer 2600s behind Kronos right now, up on the platform, and aswer almost hit the wall there. Continues to lose time, 3800s behind now. Let's follow OmnipotZ, trying to catch up to Kronos, but Kronos will not let him. Kronos looking very good in this first round, 1700s ahead of OmnipotZ, and has no problem taking first. OmnipotZ tries to pass Kronos there in the end, but he was a bit too far behind, so not possible to do it. So Kronos extends his lead, 52 points now. Carl with 43, OmnipotZ with 32, and aswer with 27. Oh, and I think Carl got a slowdown from the border, the so-called Ramstein of the game, and as a result is 7400s behind. Was having a small lead, but Kronos attacking and will pass him as well. aswer again at third place, a bit behind the other two players. Ooh, Kronos hits the ceiling of the checkpoint there. That allows OmnipotZ to pass him, but only with a couple of hundreds though. Kronos can still win this round. Very, very close between OmnipotZ and Kronos, entering the last couple of turns. Who's gonna make it? Will OmnipotZ take the alternative finish again? I think he will. Yes, but Kronos also does it. Kronos also does it, and that means he will take first place. Otherwise, maybe OmnipotZ would have passed him, and I think Kronos knew that, and that's why he also did it. He did not want to have a repeat of what happened in the winner bracket final when Carl passed him that same way. So Kronos up to 62 points now. He's looking very solid here in this grand final. Carl at 46, OmnipotZ at 38, getting closer, aswer at 31. aswer now with a bad start, third round, and yeah, Kronos night and day compared to the winner bracket final, where he was at this point only at about 30 points or so, but now up to 62 already. See if he's gonna win another round. He is in the lead ahead of OmnipotZ. Oh, and OmnipotZ hits the wall hard. Will drop down to fourth place. Carl and aswer will pass him, and Kronos keeps that first place. Can go up to 72 points if he keeps it. And I think he's gonna do the alternative finish once again, because Carl is really close to him. Here we go. Yep. And whoa! Kronos missed it! Kronos missed the finish line, and he's not gonna get any points! That is the risk of taking that alternative finish. Sometimes you won't actually get a registered round, and that happened to Kronos this time. So he's back, he's still at 62 points. Carl at 56, OmnipotZ is 42, aswer at 37. Alright, let's go back to the match now. Fourth round of this second map. Kronos in the lead with 62 points. Was not able to finish that previous round though. Where's OmnipotZ? Far behind now. Kronos is at third place. aswer and Carl takes the lead. Up on the platform we go. And aswer keeps that lead. OmnipotZ though with good speed here will pass Carl, also Kronos. Oh, and I think Carl crashed. Yes, he did. He needs to back it up as well. But aswer is looking good in the top. See if he can take first place. And will OmnipotZ risk the ending? Yes, he will. Both players will finish. Well, aswer takes first. 59.08. 900 ahead of OmnipotZ. 5200 ahead of Kronos. And almost 8 seconds ahead of Carl. So Kronos only getting 4 points in that round, is at 66, Carl at 59, OmnipotZ at 48 and aswer at 47. It's definitely getting closer between the 4 players. OmnipotZ has not won a single round on this map, but he's always done well though. Will this be his moment? Gets a great start, but then falls down to 3rd place and 4th place even. Kronos will also pass him. aswer gets a no drift, and we've seen that before from him in that exact turn. So he's now in the next checkpoint, 5200s behind. Kronos with the lead ahead of Carl and then OmnipotZ. Carl getting closer to Kronos. Will he be able to pass him in the end? Yes, he will. Will Kronos take the alternative finish? Will OmnipotZ take the alternative finish? Yes, he will. But the OmnipotZ will not get a round. This time OmnipotZ not able to get any points. Carl takes first, Kronos takes second, and aswer will take third. That ending is, well, it makes it kind of interesting, to say the least. So anyways, Kronos is in the lead with 72 points, Carl at 69, aswer will pass OmnipotZ, who is now at last place. Terrible start for OmnipotZ to this grand final, and he's definitely, together with Kronos, the favorites to go through here, so it would be kind of an upset if he wasn't getting through here. But still a long way to go, of course. Point limit is 120. So the next map will be Aperico, which is a map made by OmnipotZ together with Roa. The Dedimania record is 104.98 by Tween. Kronos got top 3, OmnipotZ got top 12, aswer got top 18 and Carl got top 29. As we go through this warm-up round. That's the end of the warm-up. Let's continue this grand final. Top 2 will advance to the main event starting tomorrow on Saturday and also taking place on Sunday. Right now Kronos is in the lead with 72 points, Carl is at 2nd with 69, aswer is at 3rd with 51, and OmnipotZ, the winner of the winner bracket final, is only at 4th place with 48 points. He needs to start stepping it up now if he wants to make it. Here we go, first round. Following aswer, who drops down to 4th place. But gets a good landing there. Touched his wheel on the ground really quickly and got a lot of speed, but then in the next couple of turns he loses all that speed he built up and is back to 4th place. In the meantime, we got OmnipotZ, Kronos and Carl neck and neck. 900s between them right now. Carl will drop down to 3rd place though, but up to 2nd now, passing Kronos. OmnipotZ in the lead and he needs these 10 points, but the other 2 players are getting closer to him though, and they will both pass him. At least Kronos will pass him. Carl still at 3rd place. Kronos 700 ahead of OmnipotZ. Gets good speed here as well. So unless he fails the ending, he's gonna get 10 points. And he will get 10 points. 105.69 by Kronos, 0.95 by OmnipotZ, 106.09 by aswer, who is able to pass Carl in the end. Must have made a late mistake. So OmnipotZ still only getting second places. Kronos keep getting those first places, and because of that he's up to 82 points already. Carl is 10 points from him, aswer is at 55 and OmnipotZ is at 54. Looks like Carl had a poor start this time. And aswer makes a mistake, leaving OmnipotZ and Kronos once again fighting for first place. But is OmnipotZ being able to defeat Kronos? So far he's not had any success. I feel like that is what he needs to do if he wants to catch up. Right now though, he got a 1500 lead. And still at first place though, Kronos is getting closer, building up a lot of speed through these turns. And attacking here as well is Kronos, but OmnipotZ still in front though. The last turn will decide it. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna get the most amount of speed is Kronos! Kronos with an amazing ending, able to pass OmnipotZ with 600s. OmnipotZ cannot feel good about that. Must be kind of frustrated because he's constantly getting defeated by Kronos in the end. And only getting 6 points in the rounds. Kronos up to 92 points already. Carl at 76, OmnipotZ at 60 and aswer at 58. Kronos is on fire right now. Who's gonna be able to stop him? Aswer is not, because he makes another mistake, and also OmnipotZ. Both aswer and OmnipotZ dropping down in the start. Carl right now in the lead, ahead of Kronos. 1200s, and Kronos makes an uncharacteristic mistake here. Don't think he's made a single mistake so far in the grand final. I could be wrong, but he's been very solid so far. Drops down to third place, still ahead of aswer. Here's Carl, is probably gonna take first place, almost 1 second ahead of OmnipotZ. aswer getting closer to Kronos, but looks like Kronos will take third at least. And OmnipotZ is gonna take another second place. Even when Kronos makes a mistake, OmnipotZ can still not take first. Good time there from Carl as well, 105.59. 3 rounds in to this map. Kronos still under 100 points, 96, 10 points ahead of Carl. Then OmnipotZ at 66, aswer at 61. Get a start there for aswer, and Kronos with another mistake. Second mistake in a row, and also Carl hits the wall. This start is quite tricky. We've seen a lot of mistakes here throughout these qualifications. So aswer in the lead. Will he now be able to be stopping OmnipotZ to take first? So all 3 players have been in front of OmnipotZ in this map. We'll see. OmnipotZ does take over the lead though. Only for a brief moment, as we're back at first with a lot more speed. OmnipotZ always losing a lot of speed here in these last couple of turns. aswer is looking to defeat him. He's 900s ahead. Can OmnipotZ now take a good ending? He builds up a lot of speed, getting closer to aswer. But he needs a perfect ending though. aswer, OmnipotZ getting closer, but it's not enough. Yes, it is. Yes, it is enough. 7 thousandths of a second. OmnipotZ is ahead of aswer. I thought for sure that aswer got that round, but OmnipotZ able to somehow pass him in the end, and OmnipotZ finally getting 10 points, and that's what he needed. Kronos at first with 100 points now, Carl at second with 89, OmnipotZ at third with 76, and aswer at fourth with 67. Last round of the map. Where is Kronos? He is at fourth place again. All of a sudden Kronos started to play much worse. compared to what he was doing earlier in the match. OmnipotZ in the lead ahead of Carl, then aswer. Oh, when an aswer did what Kronos did earlier, stumbles on the border and then hits the wall. OmnipotZ still keeping that first place, but only barely ahead of Carl. 600s and Kronos lurking in the shadows, 2400s behind. Good speed now for OmnipotZ. Maybe he finally learned how to do these last couple of turns. Gets decent speed over the long stretch as well. Keeps the distance down to Carl. This could be OmnipotZ's victory again. Yes, OmnipotZ wins his second round in a row. 105.56. Carl also under 106 with 0.75. Kronos 106.60. And then aswer a bit further behind. That is the end of the third map. Kronos keeps that lead, which he built up through the two first maps. But this third map was not as good. He did start off good, but then the last 3 rounds he performed poorly and didn't get that many points. Still in the lead though. Then Carl is at second still with 95. OmnipotZ getting closer though at 86. And then aswer has been at 4th place almost the whole duration of this match, and now is 16 points behind OmnipotZ. So might be tough here for aswer to qualify. Alright, so the next map, the 4th map of this grand final, will be Cax by Wormy. The Dedemania record is 102.02 by Scrappy. OmnipotZ got top 5, Kronos got top 7. aswer got top 19, and Carl is not in the Dedemania. So we'll see if that means he's not going to be very good on this map. He might have a faster time offline though, or in time attack. First off, a warm-up round. Alright, will we see a player reaching finalist mode in this map? I think the chances are pretty high, especially for Kronos, who is at 104 points. Carl is at second with 95, OmnipotZ at third with 86, and aswer at fourth with 70. Worth noting is that Kronos and OmnipotZ had bonus points from the winner bracket final. OmnipotZ had 10, Kronos had 6. Alright, here we go. Following Carl for Team LDLC, also aswer from Team LDLC, OmnipotZ from Führer, and Kronos from Against All Authorities, all French organizations. Who's last? It is aswer. There he is. 1400s behind Carl in the lead. Oh, when OmnipotZ gets a bump from the border. Unfortunate for him. 5100s behind, 83 in the next checkpoint. Kronos though will slow down there. OmnipotZ can pass him, but the two LDLC drivers, Carl and aswer, turns at first and second, with Carl having a 2200 lead over aswer. No mistakes here in the end from the two players. Carl takes first, 102.68. aswer takes second, 0.91. OmnipotZ takes third, 103.44, and Kronos 104.38. And Carl now only 2 points behind Kronos. OmnipotZ at 90, aswer at 76. Carl has definitely played at his best in this grand final compared to what he did in the previous matches. Can he keep it up all the way to the end? That is the question. Right now at 4th place. OmnipotZ in the lead. Ahead of Kronos, Carl can pass aswer and go up to 3rd. Great stuff there from OmnipotZ. Extends his lead. 1200s ahead right now. Really close between the other 3 players. OmnipotZ going a bit wide there, almost hit the checkpoint, but keeps himself on the road and keeps himself in the lead. As we're getting closer to only 900s behind. Carl at 3rd, Kronos makes a mistake, he's at 4th place. And aswer attacks here from OmnipotZ, but OmnipotZ with more speed, and he is able to jump into the finish line and take 1st place. 102.57, 1800s ahead of aswer, 0.28 ahead of Carl, and 34 ahead of Kronos. Great round. All 4 players under 103. Kronos keeps that lead with 1 point ahead of Carl. OmnipotZ now only 10 points behind Kronos, and aswer is at 82. This seems a fight between Kronos, Carl and OmnipotZ for the 2 slots into the main event starting tomorrow. Carl with the worst start in this last round. No, the 3rd round I mean. Still keeps himself in the race and will pass Kronos, who is not really driving as good as he did in the start of this match. He was really outstanding in the beginning, but now has let the other players caught up to him. And it looks like this is gonna be another fight between OmnipotZ and aswer for 1st place. Aswer is the one who needs the points the most, but he is at 2nd place right now, 400s ahead of behind OmnipotZ. Carl will pass aswer perhaps. Yes, he will. Take 2nd place with 200s. But OmnipotZ with a great time, 102.50, takes 1st and gets 10 points. And wow, only 5 points between Carl, Kronos and OmnipotZ now. aswer at 86. All 3 players can reach finalists in this round. OmnipotZ needs to take 1st. Also Kronos needs to take 1st. Carl can take 1st or 2nd. It's a huge advantage to become finalist 1st. So who will it be? Of course, none can also be the case if aswer wins and Carl does not take 2nd. Very, very close round again. Very similar to the previous one, with Carl slightly behind. No mistake though from Kronos this time. OmnipotZ will actually drop down to 4th place, but gets a good landing. Went really wide there, gets a lot of speed. This is super close. Who's gonna win this round? Last couple of turns, here we go. Who's gonna win it? Oh, and we see Kronos making a mistake in the end. But who's gonna take 1st? It's aswer. With 100 ahead of OmnipotZ, aswer takes 1st and denies OmnipotZ a finalist spot, I guess. So we still don't have any finalists because of it. Carl is at 119, OmnipotZ is 116, also Kronos, and then aswer at 96. Oh, and a no drift from aswer. So he's not gonna take 1st in this round. And now we can have 3 finalists. It depends really. No, actually, if all 3 players finish at the moment, then we will have 3 finalists: Kronos, Carl, and OmnipotZ. OmnipotZ will pass Carl, but again, it doesn't really matter. All 3 will be finalists. Kronos in the lead with 2500s. Winning a round could also be a good thing to keep that momentum going into the next round. But it could also be a bad thing sometimes. We'll see how Kronos will do. It takes 1st in this round with a super time as well, 102.47. Carl also under 103. So we got 3 finalists, and we also got a map switch. So who will know the next map the best? So the next map, the last one, will be Blockage by Sneak. The Dedemania is 58.54 by Carl Jr. Kronos got top 4, aswer got top 6, OmnipotZ got top 16, and Carl got top 30. One more warm-up. As OmnipotZ had a really bad start to this grand final, but as of late he's been looking much better, and yeah, being able to reach finalist mode together with Kronos and Carl needs to be seen as a success, I think. So let's see if we can also qualify. Here we go, that's the end of the warm-up. Good luck, have fun. Will we see Kronos, Carl, or OmnipotZ qualifying in this next round, or will aswer deny all three a spot into the main event? That can also happen. aswer got a good time on this map, top 6, so he can definitely set fast enough times. Let's see if he's gonna play a role. He's following Carl into this first round. Was a bit wider than the other players, and falls down to 4th place. OmnipotZ in the lead ahead of aswer, then Kronos. Carl with bad speed here as well, so he falls further behind. Looks like Carl is not going to be one of the qualifiers right now. Too far behind. aswer is right now in the lead ahead of Kronos and OmnipotZ. Is he going to deny both Kronos and OmnipotZ? Kronos though with a good turn there will go up to 1st place, and then we see OmnipotZ with a small mistake, so he drops down a bit. This is between aswer and Kronos right now. Kronos right now at 1st place, and then aswer makes a huge mistake. OmnipotZ and Carl will pass him, and Kronos is looking to take 1st in this grand final and qualify to the main event. GG. 59.16. Kronos takes it and will be returning tomorrow. Dominated this grand final in the beginning, so based on that, I want to say he deserved it. But yeah, did not play as good in the end, but still was able to take 1st. Alright, OmnipotZ and Carl, both finalists. aswer at 102. Who's gonna be the 2nd player? Right now OmnipotZ in the lead, and Carl makes a mistake. OmnipotZ has to lead with 800 ahead of aswer. This could be it. Will we see the 2 favorites, Kronos and OmnipotZ, making it? Oh! OmnipotZ gets the landing bug! OmnipotZ with a landing bug! That is so unfortunate. Wow, that was the first time I saw that happening, and it could not have come at the worst time for OmnipotZ. OmnipotZ drops down to 4th place. Will he have another chance though? aswer still in the lead, 7,700 ahead of ahead of Carl. Here comes aswer, and he will take 1st. So OmnipotZ at least gets another chance. But wow, that is not what you want. Now OmnipotZ might take it more safe when he goes through that part, and it might affect him. We'll see. So OmnipotZ and Carl, both finalists. aswer, if he takes another 1st place, will also be finalist. Will we see aswer qualifying? That would be a huge upset. Here we go, next round. OmnipotZ with another fast start. I mean, great start here from OmnipotZ. But will he be able to take advantage of it this time? Couple of hundreds ahead of aswer right now. Here comes this small landing. This time no landing bug for OmnipotZ. Will this be it? OmnipotZ 700 ahead of aswer, 1600 ahead of Carl. He cannot afford any mistakes though. He needs to push it. Keeps that lead, 900 ahead of aswer. OmnipotZ going wide here, builds up a lot of speed. keeps that first place. Here we go, OmnipotZ, last couple of turns. Will it join up with Kronos to the main event? Last turn, OmnipotZ will take first place and will qualify together with Kronos. GG. Great final. Kronos and OmnipotZ are through. Carl and aswer are eliminated. Alright, we will of course also go for third place. I forgot about that. I think there are prizes for third place, could be wrong. So we are continuing to play aswer versus Carl. aswer still not finalist, and then Carl stumbles there, so now aswer gets a chance to take third. But yeah, top two are the only ones who will qualify to the main event tomorrow, so that is the main thing. Kronos and OmnipotZ first and second, despite all, I want to say, because it definitely was not a smooth ride for either of them. Kronos with a really bad start in the winner bracket final, and then OmnipotZ with a really bad start in this grand final. But they were able to make it despite all. Alright, here comes aswer. He's gonna win this round, which means we are going to have two finalists and one more round to determine third place. aswer versus Carl. aswer taking an early lead through this first couple of turns. Carl has not looked very good on this map, to be honest. He's always behind in the start. 700s already behind aswer. Oh, and then stumbles a bit there on the road, so aswer can build up his lead. Next checkpoint is 5200s ahead. No landing bug either, so this looks very promising for aswer. Should know that he is half a second ahead of Carl, so could take it a bit safer based on that. Yeah, goes a bit wider here, avoids the border, no need to drive over it at this point. And here comes the last couple of turns for aswer. Makes a comeback here in the end, was far behind, but is able to take third place, so congratulations to him. But that is this grand final of the French ESWC qualifications. Kronos and OmnipotZ qualifies to the main event starting tomorrow. aswer takes third, Carl will take fourth, both are eliminated.